Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're going to carry on from what we were working on last week. I've not done anything more other than think about what else I might use on here. Hopefully we'll get this finished, or may even move on to the next page, but I wouldn't count on it by the time I've added all the things I want to add. So what I want to do first is to add a few little bits to the background. So I pulled out a few scraps really. So I thought I'd start with that. And we're going to be adding some lace, of course, and going to be doing something with this as well. So let's just pull that. Hopefully that's nice and clearly in view. Hope you're all well. It's still the same day, to be perfectly honest. I made the last week's video this morning, but I thought I didn't want to put it all away. I was kind of feeling on a roll, so I've carried on and I'm making this video after lunch. So 2 videos in one day is very unusual for me, but I was in the groove, so I thought I would do it. So I'm just going to tear this one down a little bit. I might put it right over there, right over the hole, just because otherwise it looks a bit odd if you work around the hole too much, and then I can repunch it. So sorry, I'm still clearing my throat. It's not coughing as much, but there's still a little bit of residual what can I say, croakiness, I suppose. Bit of phlegm at the back of the throat, shall we say. Now I've got a few scraps of that paper I was talking about from the Shabby Dabby Doodah Essentials Basics. It's kit number 2, I believe, of her Essential Basics. But look, the colours go really well. So just get rid of these white edges. And take that off there. Piece down there maybe. I don't want to cover it. Oh, yes, another piece from some of that scripty paper I was talking about, but although there's a lot of blue on that page, I like these scripty pieces. So obviously I've torn it and left all the white edges behind on my scrappy bits, so I've got to get rid of those. And if I should just go just slightly behind the pocket there, onto there. What else have I got? I could use a bit of some of these lacy papers as well. These are also Shabby Dabby Doodah. She does make some lovely papers. Between her and Roxy Creations, I hardly buy anybody else's these days. They both make such beautiful kits, completely different from each other. Their styles are totally different, and their kits are totally different. But I love them both. And I get ideas from both. So it's quite interesting to combine the two styles in a way, because I use a lot of things from Roxy's Weekly Challenge in my journals, but I haven't yet used many of her background papers. So I think I might just maybe put that there. So where's my I've got loads more bits. Sorry. What was I saying about the cough not being so bad now? Oh dear. So if I'm going to put that kind of there, I'll just see if any of this is going to show, and then when we pop it up, and that up there, and then this will be going sort of down the middle here, so that might look okay, mightn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yes, I'm just gonna, I think I'll just add a little bit of ink into this one. It just feels like this piece needs a little little something extra. I should glue stick all these on, I think. Start with a nice fresh page. Oh, I wind it up a bit, otherwise I can't get the glue. Yes, finally the whole family seems to be feeling well at last. Jenny really struggled to get back on her feet after her bout with her nasty chest infection, which really lingered. Even now, I think she's still got a bit of a cough as well. We saw them yesterday, but of course for you now, because I'm filming this so far ahead, yesterday for you is probably about 2 weeks ago now. So I'm filming this on the Monday, and this will be going up in about nearly 2 weeks' time. But it was the first time we'd got together with her and her family for any length of time. I just invited them over for the afternoon, so we could just chat and catch up and talk about the wedding and stuff like that, which was really nice to do. And all three of them came, and it was a lovely afternoon, it really was. It was just nice to sit and talk to my eldest daughter, because it's not something we ever, well, very rarely get a chance to just do. It's just sit and talk. They get so busy. So that's torn off a bit. That's obviously already been pulled off by the gluiness in the page, but as that's going to be tucking inside the pocket, I'm not going to worry about it. That's just going to pop in there like that. And then I should just put this over the top. Glue it down there. Yeah, so that was lovely. And I expect it'll be a bit like that when Hannah goes back to work, because at the moment we see her quite a lot and really enjoy that. But she's going to back to work in only a few weeks now. So I don't think she's looking forward to enormously. Especially as she won't be able to be her little happy chappy for every hour of the minute, but in some ways that's probably good for her. Right, before I forget, I'm going to repunch that hole. Yep. And I'll put my hole reinforcer on as well. No, not that one. That one. Okay. Right. So now I think I need some lace. I've got a few lovely bits on here that I'd like to use. I'm thinking I've got a really nice piece. Which I think would go rather well on here. Go quite nicely with the colours. I might just take a chunk. I think it'd be nice to have a piece going across the top here. So that could go across there. I'm just wondering if I put it on top. If I had it going over the join, would it still be able to pop up? Not really, no. Or I put that lid on top, and then I could have another little something going across there, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do it. Can you ever have too much lace? I don't think so. I would say this is definitely influenced by Tina, all the lace, but it's my natural inclination anyway. It's just, I suppose that's why I like what she does, because of her use of lace, because I love it too. I don't think I use it because she uses it. I think mostly I like some of her ideas for some of her ephemera making, but I do like how she uses a lot of lace, and I'm happy to do the same, especially on certain journals. I don't think all journals call for loads of lace. It depends on what you're making. Okay. I might just have to put a little bit underneath. Oops. I brought in, where is it? I put a little spatula thingy in my box to try and use, to try and stop my fingers getting so mucky. This might work. Okay. And I want to use a little bit of this as well down here. And put that there, I think. Okay. Put a bit on there as well. No, I don't think I want it. I want it, if I'm going to use it, I want it visible. So maybe I'll get another colour. Nope, not quite what I want. Got some of this. I love this. Bit along there, and I was also thinking about having it a little bit here as well. Oh, that's too much. Okay, I'll use a different one for there. I do love this here. I don't want too much, so I'm going to shove that piece there. No, it's definitely getting blunter. All right. Where's my little, there it is. I'll just get this out of the way. Right, so now we need to add this. I'm going to use this because we're gluing it onto some lace. Actually, should really just mitre these little end bits, didn't we? Don't want them showing. Oops. Right, and I want a little bit of lace along across the top there. Just want a narrow one. I've got my narrow ones here. Perhaps that's too narrow. A bit of this maybe. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something gluey at the top here. I'll have to get I think I've got a alcohol white that might help to get rid of that. I think this might be a bit heavy-handed using the fabric glue on this because it's very delicate. So I think I'll use the art glitter glue. That's it. Right. Now we can put our belly band on. So we know, know where to position it now. So it's roughly, the bottom should be about there. So that doing there. Okay. So close that. Just about hides the belly band. I wonder whether to put a little tab. Might put a small, perhaps a bit of lace would work. A little tab. Yeah, probably. Just something to lift it with. Oop. Nope. That was upside down. Kind of want it centered over the little divot in the pocket below. Kinda, sorta, kinda. Okay, so we've got a little thing to pull it up by. Okay. Then we've got our little journal card that we made in the last video to slide behind here. Let's hope it's not catching on anything. That's there. And I do want to put a little something in the middle. Nothing too bulky. I've got a few of the fussy cuts from the Shabba Dabba Doodah kit. You know, the Basic Essentials. She's got loads of... I've just made a start on fussy cutting. But I think most of them will be too big. Just wondered if there was a nice little... Maybe a butterfly might go. Not sure that would stand out enough. That's not bad. Some of the blues are just too bright, but that's just a hint of blue, and I don't think that clashes too much. So I might just put that there. Should I put a little something behind it? Maybe a little tiny bit of music. I had another bit pulled out, but I don't know what happened to it. So I found my bit of music paper, and I've just torn a bit out. See how it looks behind there. Yeah, I don't mind that. I feel like we need a little something here. Looking a little bare on this. Just a little bit of something down here, I think. Got this scrap of some of the Shabby Dabby Doodah kit. Pink on pink, nah. Well, I've got a bit of blue here, so maybe that would be better. Or even maybe a bit of the, little bit of it's a piece of ephemera that I'm now tearing to pieces, making a right mess of. Just tuck that here a little bit. So I'm just trying to tuck it a little bit under this, under there like that. Yeah, I think that looks better. Let's just see. Yeah, I just need, I don't know, I've got the H sticking out. I might just have it going down there a little bit more. And tuck that little tiny bit under so it looks connected somehow. That's better. Okay. Right. So then we need something to hold this down, so I need a couple of tags, and I have got a couple here. So this one I pulled out earlier, but I'm not sure about that colour. The blue's all wrong, isn't it, on here? No, that's not going to work. So I've got one of the kit tags from the Natty and Moon kit, and I need another one because it's not holding it. So I'm just wondering if I've got a... No, not that one. have this tag, but it's too big. I have got some more smaller ones from Tracy Fox kit. Finding one that's the right colour. Otherwise I'll have to make something. Seem to have got green ones. Oh, that's a nice one. That one will work. So it just needs backing. Need to be nice and firm because it's got to hold this in place. So let's do something on these tags. And then we'll work on this flap. So I think this one doesn't need much. Little touch of lace. I might put a bit of this on because it needs a bit of colour on here, doesn't it? Although I think that piece is a bit big. Might look at my scraps. Got a bit of that as well as a scrap. What about wondering about this bit of doily. It's just through in there for some reason. And what about a little tiny scrap of fabric? Okay, I just had a thought. Might use a bit of this as my topper. I could just do a little bit of that. Take a little chunk off here. And glue it down. Let's do this. And so I could just do it as a topper like that, then I can just cover up that hole. Do that. That might be the simplest, I think. So that's one nice little tag. That's finished now, like that. Just needed a little touch of colour on that tag, I think. Ink around it. Oh, I think I might just snip those corners. Makes them a little easier to slide in and out the pocket. Right, there's one. Let's have a look at the other one. This one needs backing. On this occasion, I think I'll go old school and back it onto some coffee dye. Although actually, rather than coffee dyed, I think avocado dyed might look better. I've got some avocado dyed cardstock. That will work really well. I need a nice sturdy tag to make sure it holds down that the flap. I'd like to add a little something. I mean, these are so beautifully made that you don't really need to add a lot. This feels like, yeah, it doesn't really need it. I might just put a bit of, I've got bits of sorry silk up here. I might, what's this? Oh, and a nice bit of ribbon. Oh yeah, that would make a nice topper. Yeah, these scissors are really, really giving me some trouble. I can't clean them to make them work a bit better. I'll have to buy a new pair. Now, do I use a stapler? I might glue it and then add a bit of a staple afterwards. Just a little dot. Oop. So I like to try and do it as a little crisscross, but sometimes it goes a little bit off course. So we'll see if I can get it to cross over. Not too bad, still not perfect, but yeah. So just make sure that's flattened down. In fact, I think I might put a little something over that, over the staple at the back there. One of these labels by Tina, upside down of course. Okay. I think I'll just put that there. I'm just going to take the corners off. No, I'll still put it upside down. Not reading it properly. Don't even know what it says. Hardware man. Anyway, I think it's always worth putting things on the right way up if you can possibly tell. Right, so there we are. That's that tag done. So they will pop in here. Like that. And this closes. We need to join it together and put something around here now, don't we? So I've got some ivory sari silk. It's a bit wide, I think. Yeah, I think I might try and trim it in half, cut it in half, or tear it in half maybe. That does tend to make it fray a lot, but it was just too wide. Right, so let's see about tying this around here, and I'm hoping it'll not be too thick. Otherwise I'll get some baker's twine. I'm just wondering if this is a little tight. Just get that bit off. I keep pulling off more strings, I'll have no sari silk left. So I thought I'd tie this on. I just wonder if I think the sari silk is possibly too thick to tie and hide under there, so I'll have to get some twine. Right, so I have this pink one, and I think that will work better. It's always possible that I need to use it. It's a bit tangled, so I'll just pull out what I need and then try and untangle it later. So I'm hoping this will now squeeze under here. Okay, so that'll, something like that it'll do up. But before we finish that, I want to just put a little something up the top here. Let's take these bits out so it's easier to work on. If you can see that, let's get that out of the way. So yeah, so I wanted to put something up here, which was a bit plain. It's a nice big writing space, but it's also a bit bare and looks a bit like it needs something, doesn't it? Well, it does to me. So move these out of the way. Oh yeah, that's my little card as well. Lurking under here, I have got what I was planning to use. So I've got this piece of the leftover from when I've cut this piece out. I thought I'd make a little tuck up the top here. I think I don't want it right to the end. I'm going to cut it here, I think. Let's just check that's where I want it. Yeah. I hope you can see that. On it right up there. I'm going to do a little tiny divot in the middle. Well, it may or may not be in the middle. Not completely. That's fine. Oh, that way. And there's that way. That's interesting. It's virtually the same design, just rearranged. So I do want that way. Yeah, I want it that way. Okay. Just threw me a moment and I turned it over and it looked the same thing. Not quite. Oh, make sure it's the right way up. And oh, before I do that, I've got this brad here. Oh, nearly forgot. Oops, I may have to put glue on again, but I need to cover that up. And I'd like to put a nice little journal card in there, like that. But I want to make her a bit sturdier and a little bit bigger. So I'm actually going to glue her to this music from the Basic Essentials kit by Shabba-Dabba-Doo-Dah. I'm going to glue her onto there. Right, so I've got this little journal card. That should just pop under there. And I think we need a bit of lace across the bottom. Possibly this one, or a piece of this. Yes, because it shows up better. Obviously that's much too wide, so just pop that along the bottom there. Oh well, I'll trim it after I've glued it because it always seems to stretch a little bit anyway. No, I think I'll use the art glitter glue for this. I'm just wondering if I need a little bit of something up the top here. Let's try it. Maybe a bit of that actually. Rather than using the same bit again, and a bit of the fabric, because that would go nice. Such a pretty piece of fabric. It's got all the colours in it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. That way, that way, that way. Oh yes, very nice. Right, so I think that looks really pretty like that. You take the card out, you can journal on the back of here and then journal on the back of here, so yeah. And then you've got this flip up, more journaling space. And we will, oh, what's that doing in there? Didn't need that there. Let's put our little journal card, another journal card. And this is ram-packed full of journaling space on this page. And then we've got our two nice little tags as well, which will pull that down. And they then go there to hold it flat. And the whole thing closes. And we do it up here. Okay, like that. There we go. That page done. It's taken a good couple of quite long videos, but I'm really pleased how it's turned out. It's a little bulky, but it doesn't matter. It's a ring-bound journal. It can be pretty much as bulky as we like. And then next time we'll come and put something on the back of here. I'll probably remove all the removables from this side just to keep it as flat as possible while I'm working on this side. Yeah, enjoyed doing that. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.